What's good, grinders? Today we're gonna jam on a fleeting childhood hyperfixation of mine because it's my show and I wanna. Time for a Just for Daddy episode. Now, as a kid growing up in the 80s and 90s, it may shock you to know I was a bit of a nerd. What? You? Really? No, never. Oh no! And one of my favorite nerdy kid things was, and kinda still is, monsters. All the classics: dragons, griffins, cryptids, King Kongs and kaijus, big ugly bugs, dinosaurs, before Jurassic Park, thank you very much. Before they sold out, before they lost the original drummer, the dinosaurs. Just anything big with jaggedy bits that can get you. Count me in. So imagine my hype level when I heard about a thing called monster trucks. My push-pop and pog-addled mind pictured like an articulated lorry rearing up, stomping through the neighborhood, taking out that arsehole family at number 31, drive me to school. But then I saw a monster truck and, it's got big wheels. So imagine, again, my hype level, again, when one day an ad came on for a certain toy line that took the phrase monster trucks as mercilessly literally as I had. Yes, friends, this is Attack Pack, a short-lived shock of 90s gnarliness from Mattel via Hot Wheels, and I like them? I don't think there's much to unpack here. They're monster trucks that are monsters, and that's kind of as deep as it goes. They pops open, they pops shut, they rolls around. Funny stuff. But look, it's a fun idea they explored to its limits. The toys are charming and well made. They came out when I was like 8 or 9, and they got me. So what we're doing today is I'm just going to show you all my Attack Pack guys. Here are some toys. That's the thesis of this episode. And to emphasize, this is all my Attack Pack guys, not all the Attack Pack guys. I don't want to hear, phew, you forgot about friggin' Stab Dog. Apologies for not having every single one. I'm trying to share something with you. Now give me 5. So the first wave of Attack Pack featured 6 figures? Can we call these figures? I have 4 of them. It's not hard to grasp the ethos at a glance, is it? They're just chunky little trucks with great big tires and like chain tails that make them spring to life as some kind of beastie styled after an IRL Animal Kingdom predator. And we make a slightly awkward start with franchise mascot Slash Cat, who's very much the purest example of this shtick, with his tiger-themed paint job, strong authoritative profile, and gaping jointed maw, showing off the standard slightly steerable ridged monster tires. Monster tires. Ain't this just some classic 90s shit? So extreme, so in your face. But sadly I couldn't find an intact one, so you'll just have to picture his jaws peeling back to reveal a tongue, rather than this gaping void and unhinged full body flip. It's kind of rad in its own way, but that's not the intended experience. This is as iconic as Attack Pack gets, so I'd have preferred to give you one that wasn't incomplete. Be more careful on eBay, is my point. Similar showing from a Rip Rat here, who I think is the baddie. I kind of recall some goodies versus baddies narrative of the Cat Pack and the Rat Pack. I don't care, I never cared. But I do enjoy Rip Rat's streamlined, pointy chassis, like some roided up dragster, souped up with the wings and spoiler and chromy engine. Take the green rimmed window bubble popping on that pinky purple fade with like little paws on the side or maybe whiskers. And the chomp hole is just a nightmare. Look at the height of that bite. His narrow snout jammed with gnashers and little rodenty incisors there. Ah, love the nose. Very good boy. Moving further into the freak show, we have Sandstinger, a hefty watermelon freak on a scorpion-type beat. We've definitely left realism in the dust already. This barely looks like a real vehicle, leaning fully into monster mode with its almost organic carapace, rigid tail, and maniacal mouthparts. That gob is straight up terrifying, with horrible salmon pedipalps reaching out, giving the jaws automatic height, while the head flips up like a bin lid and the lusty Cronenbergian tongue thrusts forth. I'm gonna be sick, dude. And the wave crests with Taran-Chewa, who's easily my fave. It's just so out there. Like, Sandstinger was barely a truck. This is not a truck. At least not one from planet Earth. It's like a bug-coated Mars rover, with its 6 rigid plasticky wheels, spidery name, and bulbous eyes. Are the windscreens the eyes? Is it Pixar's Cars rules? Because I don't know if you noticed, but Slash Cat also has little sculpted eye-shaped eyes. And I don't know what's going on with Rip Rat, rat. Anyway, I always loved Taran Wanderer's shiny details and little fuel caps and ladders, bringing groundedness to its wacko segmented form, and its action feels a little rickety, but it does so much. Like, it's not just a mouth, it's the whole front half, limbs and all, rearing up like some psychotic arachnoid mantis, flashing even more horrid orange eyeballs, foul green innards, and 3 layers of teeth. It's just sick, man, like sickening, actively nauseating. I'm going to be sick. Actually can't believe these two are good guys. Interesting that a team called the Cat Pack only has 1 cat in it. I guess these bug dudes are just really good sports. Or they're planning a coup. You see what I mean? You get why I liked it? The imagination here is off the chain. The designs are so unique and quirky, and a lot of the fun comes from the variety. Like, this isn't even all of them. There was also like a vampire bat guy with a wing shell, a shark one, or like one with a shark in it, plus a whole wave of audio-enabled growlers. There was a huge one called Big Bones, whose wheels were also mouths, and it had a literal back-mounted rib cage. Very fond memories there. I grabbed a Big Bones from a discount outlet and played with it till it literally disintegrated. But clearly the world didn't share my rabid enthusiasm, as with zero supporting media and possibly realizing the limitations of the core concept of giving cars teeth, Attack Pack limped on for just 1 more year, during which they branched out into other types of vehicles and gave them teeth as well, such as 1993's Battlebirds, which is the same thing but aircraft now. Spearheading the fleet is Screwdiver, good one, who seems a tidy triangular typhoon at first, with sneaky wing logos, a passive-aggressive faction symbol, and a booster like the lid of a highlighter. But get this, the action's actually twofold here, because it doesn't have wheels, so it doesn't strictly have a right way up. You can yank his little pull chunk and watch him flap and squawk, but then also flip it over for gravity-dropping talons and an actual face, revealed in a surprise full-body flash of snot yellow. It's probably the most thorough visual transformation of any toy in this video. So it kind of sucks that my primary memory of owning it involves getting absolutely lambasted by my much older cousin, who pretty much told me I was a pathetic piece of shit for still enjoying toys at the big age of 9.5. Piss off, Matthew, he said. Piss off and play with your shitty little toy. I was 9. I had a bowl cut. Anyway, he votes reform now. Expanding on the flighty flip over me do is today's only chopper, Slaughter-Skito, whose impressive heli-carapace rocks a gnarly Gulf War-inspired military sand job that'd give Warpath a run for his money. Other Warpath. Not much going on here though, sadly. That rotor looks so ropey and doesn't really pack a spin as much as a loose wobble. It's so blatantly compromised, it just gives the game away. And the game ain't even that good. Just, I mean, I do like the eye reveal, and the sideways jaw comes off like the chest cavity moment in The Thing, but it's pretty measly, man. It's such a half-effort move, and I guess the gun doubles as a tongue? A gun? Clear this up for me. Is the rotor supposed to be legs now? Like metally Doc Ock bug legs? Because it's given display stand. Shame. It looks cool at first, but it might be the worst one. And leaving the secretive pretense behind altogether is Splitfire, brilliant, who's just straight up a 2-headed sky beast. There's no way that's even supposed to be kind of a plane. The cockpits are clearly eyes. The obvious wing claws have been given a token streak of gold to pretend we're pretending they're missiles. And we've gone all in on the branding with Punisher-alike baddie badges and the most brazen Attack Pack and Hot Wheels logos of the lot. They've got a weird asymmetrical snap as well. Like, you're supposed to push these in together, but that one does 3/4 of the work. That's not an even split. Fire. And wouldn't you believe it, in the very next wave, Attack Pack jumped the Astro Shark and ended up in space already. I mean, I know most toy lines do space eventually, but year 2? Seriously? I mean, it was probably time. Even I checked out at this point after begging my dad for the little remote control one that packed up forever within an hour. So whatever, Alien Invaders! Or rather, Alien Invader, single, because I have one. It's not good. That is, it starts promisingly enough as a snazzy little space pod with both the disarmingly impressive name of Galactibite and the seed of an inherently interesting cosmic horror story. Like, there's something immediately compelling about a rogue command module that comes to life and starts snacking on lone astronauts, like the beginning of You Only Live Twice. My lifeline! It's cut! nightmares. And you'll be glad to know the toy does not live up to any of that. It's just small, low effort, underwhelming, and honestly played out by this point. Suddenly not having wheels doesn't feel liberating anymore. It feels like a cop-out. How do we get from this to this in 1 year? Maybe if it had actual teeth and not just a mural of teeth. Mural of teeth. Gigging with them next week. But while things were clearly winding down, our favourite Teethmobiles were spared the indignity of simply floating off into the cold silence of space. Back here on Earth, they gave us one last extinction level event with the attack pack of Dinosaurs. Ah! My inner child. So this absolute hump of hurt is the Stego-Striker. Get a load of this hate wad. Even in ambient mode, it's a pretty ostentatious multi-wheeled tread-bearing APC/tank. Decked out with armor plating, multiple rifles, and a massive firing cannon. And to say the action goes crazy is a disservice to crazy. Friggin' thing rears up to its full height in an explosion of maximum 90s dinosaurian disgustingness. Oh, I love toys. Considering this is all still working from just the one tail move, it's amazing how much goes on and the extent to which it goes on. Like, we simply unfold the tail, we got our first glimpse of Thagomizer, bit of guts, then the plates flip open, more guts, a flash of toxic teeth into a stand, the rifles get in on it, the bite expands into pure distended body horror with a bigger and more detailed tongue than you probably need, all lurid and salacious. Then it reaches the apex and snaps closed again, like a landlocked mosasaur. Look man, I say this with love, but this is probably better than Attack Pack as a concept deserves. Boof, what a toy. This is how you clock off in style. This is how you go down swinging. A lethal last gasp jab from a flailing behemoth. So I can't be too gutted that that's roughly where the Attack Pack trail ends. But we've had a few drips and drabs of spiritual successes over the years. Monster Trucks styled after monsters certainly isn't going anywhere. Even if these don't really do anything, the vibe is still present. I've got this one Hot Wheels Road Beast from '06, I think, which pretty much takes the idea and perfects it, with a body that actively hinges in half, a bite so severe it separates the head from the chassis, a devastating bite radius, and pop-in eyeballs. God, look at that motion. Ugh, so good. And somebody also sent me these Fisher-Price things that take the idea way further, with like pop-out heads and limbs and they stay transformed, but in a kid-friendlier way that makes it feel weird that I have them. They're called Car-nivores, by the way, which is a way better name than Attack Pack. But the real succession story happened alongside the main line, like concurrently, contemporarily, in a way that let Attack Pack find its place and also ensured its legacy. I speak, of course, of McDonald's. Look at this, we got all our old friends, Slashcat, Stinger, and Chewa, plus a guy we missed, Slaughterjaws, presented in surprisingly punchy pocket-sized panache. Panache with a G. Do you get it? There's something so clean about these Happy Meal horrors. Like, sure, the bug freaks don't really have the extra surprises that made them neat. We never got to see Slaughterjaws' weird shark xenomorph tongue, but I'd say it's a worthy trade. They flourish here, especially Slashcat, who seems unburdened of the weight of carrying this whole franchise, free to live an uncomplicated life of good vibes and chicky nuggies. Well, I can't think of a toy better suited to simplification, because they only ever had one move anyway, so why not lean into it? Why not get down with the clown and find yourself a casual baked-in audience? Less is more, and I'm loving it. Let's stupid things up one last time with a little bit of Year 2 action, courtesy of the more generically named Battlebird and Lunar Invader, who both reveal not just teeth and tongues, but also eyeballs. Ooh, that's an unfortunately shaped moving part. I just adore the Red Dwarf Audrey 2 vibes of the Lunar Invader. Look at these interlocking teeth here. That's just two of the same hemisphere flipped over and painted differently. That is efficient toycraft. But as an organism, Doesn't work, does it? Your eye is inside your mouth. How's that work for a stealth predator? You gotta open your mouth, blow your cover, just so you can see where you're going? Then when you make the catch, you gotta watch your food get all chewed up and stick to your cornea. What if it's pointy or spicy? What if you bite your own eyeball? Do you know how many predators don't have that problem? This Happy Meal toy is evolutionarily nonsensical. This definitely matters. But look, man, if the world can't match my sustained amount of love for these snappy-jawed monster motors, then what more fitting end could I want for them than to find their calling as a fidget toy that came with your dinner? So cheers to everybody who chucked me a truck, Nick Snowden, Louie, Jake Joy, and Gergo Andy Robo. And until next time, whatever you do, please try not to get eaten by a car. See ya. I wonder if anybody made it this far. Thanks for watching if you did. You know, I asked myself who I was doing this for when I was making the Soundwave tablet one. This time, it's just me. Cheers for watching anyway. Hope you enjoyed it somehow. Thanks once again to everyone who supports me. Enables me to do this nonsense. Massive random patron shoutouts this time to Bear Clops. That sounds like an attack pack, doesn't it? Sounds like a scary creature with weird eyeball shit going on. Cheers, Bear Clops. Have a good one. See you next time.
Be sure to subscribe for more Thew's Awesome Transformers reviews. Limited appeal, keeping it real.